Friday, and hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Tell a friend, come and join us in our live chats and in our replay crew comments section. Thank you so much for any new subscribers that came in. We really appreciate you joining our little family over here. All right, so on the docket today, we have You, Me, and My Ex Season 2, Episode 10, In-ex-cusable Behavior. Mm, 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 mm.
This is a mess.
But it was a good mess. It was a good mess. There were two um two storylines that I was interested in. One, and then the other one could care less. Which one do you want to start with?
The careless one.
Okay, Chelsea and Matt and Kenzie.
I forgot they were even there.
Oh my god, I did like that Chelsea packed up everything and left the room a mess, threw down that star chart picture of the date that their relationship started and left.
Right?
I thought it was divine. So all that time that she was saying that she didn't like any of those houses, how much you want to bet that she's in the house right behind them sharing the yard?
Yep.
And she moved out in the middle of the night? Okay.
I like Chelsea more now. I just
Chelsea
do.
did the best, and he is butt hurt. I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, even if his best friend was a guy, I would not want that guy in my house. I don't
Right.
want the girl in my house. Like, stop. Stop. They're so boring. Well, anyway, what's her name? Kenzie doesn't know that he's planning this epic proposal in a pumpkin patch or something,
Mm-hmm.
and she thinks that he's fooling around with Chelsea, but Chelsea's gone.
Right.
um, Congratulations. I hope we don't have to see much more of them. Is that bad?
Mm. No, there's nothing really there. I mean, if we're being honest, here's the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Of the three of them, of the
Mm-hmm.
three of them,
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea's the most interesting because she got a lot
Really?
going on. She got a lot going on. She living in her ex man's house with his soon to be fiance. She got no job. Still looking for a place to live. She has a lot going on. What do Chelsea and Matt have going on? Nothing.
Well, I don't like any of them. The only person I like is what's her name? Julie, Chelsea's mom, and the dog. I'm worried about the dog. What happened to the dog? Remember he
I said
was
the
at the
most
vet
interesting. I
last
didn't say
night.
I liked her. I just said she's the most interesting of the three.
But even so, I think her eyes freak me out. I think her eyes freak me out. I don't know. Oh God. I They're just a non-effing factor for me on this show.
They could have left them off the show. They're not. They weren't needed.
I know you fucking lying. They sent this piece of shit. Oh my God. You know when you open up a present or a delivery and it's not what you expected? That's what just happened to me. I'm just like a lot underwhelmed.
Mm.
Anywho, ungrateful cow that I am. All right, I don't have anything more to say about them. Chelsea's gone. She did a
Yeah.
runner. That was it. Um, Maybe she'll be the flower girl at the wedding. Oh, the dog might be.
Right. The dog. She gonna send the
um,
dog in her stead.
oh my God, the dog might actually pay attention and follow instructions more than she would. So, you know. So, who's next?
You choose. Well, I don't care about
Let's
two
get
story. I only
Alex,
care. I don't care.
Caroline, and
Yeah.
Steven out the way.
I only care
Yeah.
about two storylines, and theirs was not one of them.
Exactly. Exactly. So Alex, Caroline, and Steven, yeah, the baby's still home and doing better. And Steven comes over and with a gift and actually gets to hold the baby, which is nice. Caroline really wasn't here for it, so she takes two shots of something and leaves, but overhears Alex telling Steven, "You better hope that Caroline don't find out that you brought a stripper to my party." Why are you saying it out loud? Is she like y'all in a 2x2 space? So she
Right.
did it, and that was it.
She needs to get over it. Steam is not going nowhere, obviously, and you just need to accept that. Sorry, it is what it is at this point. I'm
But
tired
was
of her
she mad over
whining.
Steven or the stripper or like what? Like at this point, I
Well,
don't know what Caroline. I can't keep up with
she's
her. What she
well,
mad at?
she's mad. She's mad at anything Steven related. She's mad that he showed up over there to see the baby, brought a gift. And it was actually for her, and I'm like, y'all are just being ridiculous at this point.
But let's talk about that gift though. Why would Steven bring her a breast pump, and where did he get that from?
I thought it was a thoughtful gift, personally. Maybe I'm looking at this
Right.
completely wrong.
But if he got it off of her registry, I could understand that. But
Just to
I
randomly
find
bring it.
Well, I find it odd that a man would give a woman a breast pump, but then he's not that way inclined. See, if he was straight, I'd have been like, "So what you hinting at?" I don't know. It's just weird. He could have gotten, like Alex said, he could have went down to the Dollar Tree and got some doll baby clothes. Just saying. Oops. Um,
No, I get
I,
it. I mean, I get it. I mean, like, I'm going to assume that he got off the registry. I'm going to go that route because that's not the first thing I would think of as a gift. My first
mhm,
idea was to go buy the baby some clothes.
mhm,
For me, that's just how I think. Or if I'm getting something for the mother, she's getting some flowers, and maybe some alcohol from what she can drink. That's just the way my
mhm,
mind goes. A breast pump would not have been first on my thought of mind.
mm. Good on them. It, it was a nothing burger. Now that we know that the baby is healthy, there's nothing more to their storyline.
No,
And I'm guessing that they're positioning this so that he could be the Manny next season. I'm pretty much over this. Caroline, um, you allowing this. More power to you.
right.
Okay. Who do you want to do last?
We have to save John. We have to save what's the name? April and them for last. We have to save April and them for last.
All right, so we doing Rowan, DeAndre, and Elodie, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, this was a whole like her family was not playing.
But no, they have to let him know because she's allowing his behavior because you saw how she was softening up.
Right.
They have to let him know that she's not out here alone. Her mother might
Hmm.
be in France, but her brother is within reach, and she got an ex-husband that is put laying down the laws with regards to his daughter. I
That was
feel
a whole
like
trip.
he does. Yeah, that was a whole but I cannot blame Darion. I
I don't
cannot
blame
blame
him.
because you heard what Darion said. My
Yes.
daughter is at an impressionable age, and she will be looking and soaking up everything. And I do not want her to learn that this is acceptable for how a man should treat her. So if her mama deciding to do that, she ain't screwing around with my daughter. And you ain't screwing around with my daughter neither. I thought it was a very polite request regarding his minor child. I do.
I I do. I 100% agree. I was just like, whoa.
And
He did not come to play.
When Anthony told him, grow up, because he thought he was being all slick, I have to think before I raise a child. Well, yeah, then don't be a child, grow up. And then the mom was like, if you ain't ready for this, tell her bye. It was just Like one come to Jesus after another, and Elodie is there going, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." Girl, you should have been snickering. Because if Rowan was there, she would have been laughing at that shit.
For sure.
And why did he come to the beach in pedal pushers and dress shoes?
He thought he was styling. That's what he said. He's like, I had to impress.
I did not like that outfit. Like, I'm not. Either you wear shorts or you wear a pair of trousers, but these pedal pushers that these boys are wearing nowadays, I don't get it.
Me
I don't
neither.
get it.
And can we talk about how everybody was like, "Why are you late?" That's basically what they said.
Oh, Mama was pissed. Mama said, "I feel like throwing this bucket of water at him."
She said, "I don't know whether to keep the water or throw it in his face." I was like, "Wow."
And Anthony is like, "I'll hold the water." I I I I I don't think he's ready for someone who has all of the baggage that Elodie has.
Yeah.
Without the child and without the marriage, I feel like Elodie is a lot more mature than he is. But then when you add in the former marriage and you add in the child,
Mm-hmm.
he's just not like, this is a joke for him. And I bet you he's the one who wanted to be on this show.
Probably.
And I think it brought home some very uncomfortable truths for him. And I cannot believe that when he was talking to her mother, and she asked, "Why weren't you there?" And he, like, how did he think this sounded to him? Like, I don't understand how he thought this sounded good. Well, she wanted her ex-husband to take care of her, and her brother was there, and you're there. What? But you supposed to be her man. And
Right.
it's not like you didn't show up, you didn't call, you didn't text, you ghosted her, and you went to another state to hang out with your ex girlfriend. And probably the only reason why you can't, I bet you anything, after he had that disappointing conversation with Rowan, who told him about himself and basically said that he was wrong, and to get ready for his disappearing act to be held against him, that's when he went to that chick who DM'd her and said, "Are y'all still together?"
Mm-hmm.
He didn't get what he wanted from Rowan, so he went to another girl.
Right.
Elodie, if you don't see the signs, if you don't have the red flags, if the back of the hair on the back of your neck isn't raised, I don't know what else to say. So, Darian, did you see how comfortable um DeAndre was when Darian sat down with him? He thought he was talking homeboy to homeboy. He
He
wasn't
really did
expecting
though.
that he wasn't expecting the belly punch when he said, "I don't want you around my daughter."
Not at all.
But again, why is he playing victim? Like, did you expect anything different? Wow. Mm,
It was just too funny though when they were sitting on there. No, they were standing. Him and Anthony
mhm,
were standing, and it was just hilarious. The simple fact that Anthony told him straight up. He's all like, DeAndre tried to be smart, and he's like,
mhm,
I'm not trying to have deal with two children. And Anthony
mhm,
said, well, you can't be a child yourself. Grow up.
mhm,
And he was like, I'm like, you thought you was being smart. You thought you was real smart with
mhm.
that comment, and Anthony let you know you're not.
Well, I think Anthony was done with him with regards to, like, he was asking him a simple question: "What were you doing instead of being here?"
Hmm.
And he's like, "Oh, business. I had meetings, business." No, you didn't. You was at home sitting down, picking out a shirt, a pants, and a pair of drawers. That's what you're doing. You was basically fucking around and disrespecting these people because, as the mom says, she thought he was going to be there 3 hours earlier.
Hmm.
And if you was so interested in what they was eating, maybe you should have showed up for when the mealtime was served and had you a French lunch. I wanted some. I wanted some. I don't know. He's just been so disappointing for me.
I mean, it's just like he hasn't grown up. He's in his mid 20s. We have to remember that he is still in his mid 20s and very immature. Elodie needs to not be dating these youngsters. She needs to date older. Because if you notice, Darion is older than her.
Mm-hmm.
She needs to date older, especially with the way her life is, with an ex-husband and a baby behind her. She don't be dating these young boys. Get out of here. And that's just the truth. That's just
Mm.
the truth of the matter.
I agree with you. I agree with you. But character wise, you could be a mature 26-year-old. I just think he's acting like a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
And I don't see what her draw is to him. I just don't. I think he needs to stop joking around with this girl because that's all he is a joker. He needs to stop doing it because there is not just her involved. There is a child involved. Even though the father don't want you around that kid, you hurt the mom, you're going to hurt the kid, basically.
Oh, for sure.
So, I don't know. Break up with him, Elodie. Go get you a real man.
Exactly.
Ugh. Um, all right, so anything else with them? All right, last but not least, we have John, Lauren, April, and Roy. This was a I was so torn between like which thumbnail to do. But I couldn't get a good shot of these numbnuts. So basically they're back home and John has, as according to April, he signed the wrong divorce papers. But what we find out is that he crossed out a clause.
Mm-hmm.
And we find out that she's trying to get half of his military retirement. And he crossed that out.
And here's the thing with this, April. I'm mad at you about this one because you made me go Team John. I was Team John on this one all the way. And
Mm-hmm.
then I'm looking at Lauren. Here's why. He said that's for my children. I'm looking at Lauren like, ma'am, that them was your kids. Did you know about this clause?
Nobody knew about it. You because you saw Roy's reaction, right?
Roy
He
was
said
like,
point blank, she knows better.
yeah. He said when John told it, he's like, oh,
But he did
but
turn to her and then he questioned her and said, "Is this true?" Because he
yeah,
wanted to hear it out of her mouth.
right.
I liked how he handled that mediation.
Roy was MVP. Roy was MVP of that. You can't tell
Mm-hmm.
him to be nothing different because he did. He once he heard about the retirement, he said, "Oh, he had to say, oh, hold up, we come on, come on, I got to hear this. I'm gonna hear." Roy said, "I'm gonna need to hear you say it. This is what he told me. Is this true?"
Mm-hmm.
And when she said yes, hey, did you see the look on Roy's face? He's like, "Oh no." He's like,
When he said she knows better. Like, what? She wasn't even with him for that long to claim
No,
half of his retirement. And this is why I don't think Lauren knew about it because she wanted to condone that because that was cutting out her
her
children.
kid exactly.
April did this. It was Roy who said it, right?
Yes.
April did it to get back at John, to hurt John, or was it she who
No.
said it?
No. What Roy said is he's all she knows better. He's all I think she's using this to get John to do other things.
Oh, but like what? Because according to John, for the past 7 years, he's been paying the mortgage on April and
Which
Roy's
was
house.
which was stupid, and we've been saying that for the last 2 seasons. You should never move into their house, into Roy's house.
Exactly. But he said he's been and he's still paying it, even though he been left in his other
Right.
house. He's still paying the mortgage. Maybe Roy will settle up with him if they do sell the house. You never know.
Right.
Roy seems like an upstanding guy. Um, but after watching their segments, all I could sit back with and say, she must be a good lay because Roy wanted back. Roy wanted back, and Roy is facilitating this divorce so that he could get her back. Wow,
But he never wanted. He didn't want the divorce in the first place, though.
he didn't. He
So,
didn't.
so his reaction is not is in line.
Mm-mm.
Oof.
Okay, Subway thinks that April's a greedy gold digger. I don't think she is. I think she just has emotional issues.
Hmm.
I think
I agree. I
she
agree.
has emotional issues, and she doesn't like to be alone, and she doesn't know how not to be in a relationship. And here's worst of all, I don't think she knows how to be in a relationship either.
Right. She's very clingy. She's very. She
Hmm.
needs someone there, and that's not good. You need to be okay being by yourself.
Well,
And,
she did say at one point that she needed to get to know who April was. Well, girl, like you can't do that under a man or a woman.
no, you gotta be by. You have to be by yourself in order to know yourself.
Mm-mm-mm.
I'm trying to
Child,
think.
this was
Well,
a whole hot mess, but boy, did they drop the dirt.
I mean, say what you want about John, but he was. I crossed that out too.
But what was she talking about? I want all the promises that you made to me. Remember when they was on the couch?
Oh, like something like that. But it was hilarious because John said, like, look, I'll take care of everything. I just want my retirement. That's it. And Roy's
Yeah.
like everything, and he's all the joint credit card debt, blah 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 blah. Roy's all he's all, and he told April, he said he's gonna take care of everything. Well, what does that mean? He's all like the joint credit card debt done, taken care of, paid for. This and that paid for it. Roy's like looking at her like, what else do you want? He said he's taking gonna take care of everything. All he wants is his retirement.
And that's not unreasonable because they haven't been together that long.
No.
25 years in the military, and you want
Hmm.
half of that, and he got kids? Ma'am. Did you ask Roy for half a hit? Well, she was with Roy for a long time, though.
What, 10, 14 years or something? But then they don't have no kids
Her
together either,
daughter,
though. The boy,
her and Roy
boy,
got kids. The boys are
the
his.
boys are his, right?
The boys are his.
It's
The
the
first
oldest.
girl is her first husband, but
Hmm.
she been with Roy since that little girl was like toddler. So she been with Roy for a really long time. That's her longest marriage.
Yeah.
So I could see her claiming retirement from Roy, but not from John. You ain't been with him but a blink. Mm.
Whole thing.
She got to be a good lay
She be doing tricks.
or give good head because she got them injectable lips.
She do tricks. They probably have like a pull out, push the button, and the trapeze comes from the over the bed.
Uh-uh. It all go down in the hot tub. Remember what Roy said? It all go down. She love a hot tub, and they got a hot tub in the back of that house.
That's true.
Ew, black light.
Never do that. I would never blacklight anything. I just don't want to know.
April drooled over Roy's new house when she saw it. I think she was drooling over Roy. Roy know what to do with his mouth. The two of them are perfect for each other.
I like them. They were just a complete. Roy is hilarious to me. He's a mess.
Hmm.
April's a mess. I want to meet Lauren's new boo thing though.
Oh, that would be interesting. Does anybody follow her, Lauren, on social media? Has she put her new partner up? Have you looked at Lauren's tattoos? They're kind of crazy. There's a scorpion, and then there's a pistol on one arm, and Scorpion on the other. Oh my God. So, and then she's stretching her ears, and she's got the in between nose ring. Like, she's a lot. She wasn't like that. She wasn't all like that last season.
No.
Damn. That's a lot. That's a lot. All right. Well, anything else with this episode? Did we miss anybody?
No. Because you know what happened? You know what happened was
Mm.
they threw in what's her face, Chelsea in them, and then they threw in
Alex?
Alex in them. So
Mm-hmm.
they those were nothing burgers. So you have basically a waste of what, 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Oh, Lord. Not even, I would, 15 between the two of them.
It was still a waste. Y'all could have kept
Yeah.
that. Y'all could have
Yeah.
gave me more of LD's family, and
Oh,
you could give me more of them
true. True.
because
Okay.
they came
Mm-mm.
in before we go. They came in. When Darian said, um, "I'm gonna ask what I have to ask. I don't give a damn about his feelings." Well, my daughter, he said, "I don't care. I'm gonna ask."
Exactly.
He said, "I don't have to hold back. It's my daughter."
Yep.
I'm like,
And
"You better speak on it."
no, but and he made the best point ever. She's at an impressionable age, and I don't want her thinking that this is okay behavior for her.
Mm-hmm.
He left Elodie out of it. Elodie want to
Yes.
do this? Fine, she can go
Yep.
ahead. But she's not bringing that around my kid. And I'm telling you, I don't want you around my daughter. And quite honestly, if the father of my child is saying that, whether we together or not, I'm gonna have to think twice about bringing you around.
Exactly.
Cause I might be digmatized, but he ain't. And if we and they're in a good co-parenting relationship. It's not like they're in like a John and April kind of thing, right?
Right.
They're in a good co-parenting relationship. She trusts him enough to take care of her after a surgery. Well, then, girl, you better trust him enough to like at least listen to what he's saying with regards to your shared child.
I
They've gone
agree.
to holiday together with Lauren's children. Who's gone on holiday together with Lauren's children? April and her kids. Well, they live together, don't they? Wait, is
Yeah.
this is this Lauren's new girlfriend, Sunway? Sorry, I'm confused. It's Friday. Oh my God. Oh well, Lauren and her girlfriend. Oh, well, that's nice. I'm glad that she's found somebody that she could connect with as well. Because being in this like fake relationship with April, I'm glad that she was allowed the freedom to find somebody that's truly her person. Um, Instead, because I personally feel like April's an emotional vampire. She just sucks everything into her,
Agreed.
and she leaves nothing for the bodies around her. That I don't want to be mean, but she's an emotional leech. I get tired of watching April on this show. She's funny and everything, but she is draining, and I don't even know her.
Right.
Mm, 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 mm. So okay, now that we're finished with this, it's time for Costco Corner. I did not go today, but I went on Monday on Juneteenth, and I found a new snack. And I've been looking at this for weeks. And this week I decided to try it. It's called Fannie Mae Chocolatiers Mix, and this is s'mores. So it's crunchy grams and fluffy marshmallows coated in milk chocolate. Now, I'm not the biggest milk chocolate fan. I do prefer dark chocolate, but this is yummy. So this is what it is. and you get chocolate coated marshmallows and then chocolate coated graham crackers. And I keep mine in the refrigerator
That makes
and I
sense.
like it. So this is nice, y'all. Get it from Costco's. I can't remember if it's on special this week or not, but I finally gave in and I tried it and I like it. Um but that's my Costco corner. I should make a little thing at the bottom for Costco corner.
Why not?
I'll figure it out. Why not? Because I don't have that much time. Oh my God. Well, guys, thanks for joining us today. We really appreciate it. I know I have some comments that I have to respond to from our shows, I think yesterday's shows. Keep the comments coming. You always give us reason to rethink stuff. Or in the case of Chantel, hey Chantel, hope you're watching today. Um, oh, she might not watch today because she wasn't on this week. Darn it.
Right.
But yeah, I had something else to say. Oh, I forgot. I'm getting old. Um, guys, have a great weekend. Jamal, are you up to anything special?
Just got charged up for my show at 1 and then
Mm-hmm.
recording at the casino this weekend. So usual.
Nice, nice. Well, guys, have a great weekend. Come on back next Thursday and Friday where we will talk about these stupid little shows again. And we still have to try and figure out if we're going to um, do something regarding 90 Day.
If you, I mean, I'm hooked on the show. Like, I mean, like I watched the first episode. I'm like, oh, what's this? What's this? Like, wait. And I watched the second episode, and I was like, I need more. I need more of this. I have so many questions. I have the characters. They're brand new to me, except for Gino and Jasmine. And Jasmine, I'm gonna need to understand why you moved into the same building as your ex boyfriend. Um, I mean, we know why, but
But
I have
you
to.
really feel that that's an ex-boyfriend? That is one of her Johns.
Clients,
Yeah.
easy X. Never mind. We'll say that.
No. It's I think that she did that to let him know that she's coming up in the world. Obviously, she wants somebody to get her out of Panama. He's there as an expat working. Where she is the expat
Expat,
area.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So people who are working in Panama, whose companies are paying for them to be there, are in those areas.
Mhm.
So it's
I,
a
I
one big area in Panama City that houses them.
I was thinking like, well, maybe she moved over there to find a higher class clientele.
No, she wants to be near Dane. Dane is his name,
Dane, yeah,
right? But the reason why I feel like he probably used her a couple of times, but if she can get in, they're not going to let her do it there in that building. Let's just be clear, right?
hmm
But it is easy access to potential clientele,
right.
and being on the show ups her business for OnlyFans
hmm
because all the sex talk is a little strange to me. And it feels like if you're interested in going and paying for her on OnlyFans, she's putting it in your head, subliminal marketing, that yeah, I've got a tighter punani and I'm,
hmm
stretching out my ass and you can come and watch. That's what
She
that says to me.
what she said she's upgrading her product,
Well, yeah, she's adding, she's adding to the
adding value,
menu. Yeah, she's
adding
adding to the menu. And and she's putting it out there. It's subliminal advertising what she's doing. And it's also a way of unmanning Gino, because basically you hear what she says. I want my punani tighter so maybe he'll ejaculate into me.
right.
Oh, I've always wanted to try anal sex because, maybe he can get off in there. Like, it doesn't make any sense why you're saying how inadequate he is with you.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't. And Dane, did she say that they dated while Dane was sitting at the table, or was it only in the confessional?
It was only confessional.
I find it strange that she couldn't even bring that up in front of him.
Mm.
But he did. He said, "Would it be uncomfortable me seeing Gino?" uh, Hmm.
Crossing paths, yeah.
I don't think that they were a boyfriend girlfriend. I think that he was as you say, a client. You're
I go with
always
that.
so much more tactful than I am. But again, he's not going. I think he's Australian. He's not going back to Australia anytime soon. He got a sweet deal there in Panama, and yeah, she wants to get off the rock, and Dane ain't it.
Right.
But she is setting herself up so that she can keep herself in that type of situation because she knows Gino is not going to keep her in that lifestyle in
Right.
Michigan.
Exactly.
So this is the best way to break it off and segue into her new career afterwards.
I'm gonna go with that.
She's smart.
Yeah.
She's very smart. Okay. Oops. Jamal, you have your show coming up at the top of the hour on Magician's Manor.
Yep. And I'm going into a meeting right when I get off here.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
guys, join us again next Thursday and Friday for more of the TLC shenanigans. Um, Gino's not going to give her any money, Sunway. She might want
No.
it, but she's not going to get it.
No.
Not with his uncle around and his
Oh
brother
no.
around.
Mm-mm.
Not happening.
And the
Um,
cousin's wife. No. Mm-mm.
and the uncle's girlfriend,
Yeah. They
wasn't
all
she
like
very
no.
vocal last season? Yeah,
Yes.
none of them don't seem to like her, but it is what it is. All right, y'all. Jamal, have a great weekend, and until next
You
time.
too. Of course.
All right, bye.